These are this afternoon's top stories. The Met Office is monitoring Tropical Storm Grace as it heads to the Caribbean. The people of Trinidad and Tobago go to the polls, and a Las Vegas gunman ambushes and shoots a police officer. Good afternoon and welcome to the ZIZ Mid newscast. Today is Monday, 7th September 2015. I'm Carla Berridge. In national news, as Tropical Storm Fred dissipates, the Antigua and Barbuda Meteorological Services is currently monitoring the progress of Tropical Storm Grace, which is located over the eastern tropical North Atlantic. The system is moving west, and an alert may be issued within the next 48 hours for St. Kitts and Nevis and the British Virgin Islands. An alert means that a tropical cyclone is in a threatening position to the islands and usually comes 24 to 48 hours before a watch. The St. Kitts Meteorological Office is advising residents to closely monitor Tropical Storm Grace. The United Nations, through its Regional Center for Peace, Disarmament and Development in Latin America and the Caribbean, UNLREC, has pledged its commitment to continue working with the local police force. This follows Friday's completion of a training exercise focusing on operational forensic ballistics in St. Kitts. Course facilitator and UNLREC representative Mark Mastaglio said the United Nations will continue working to enhance the forensic capabilities of the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force.
We want an ongoing relationship with the St. Kitts Police Force to establish a competent and trained and effective response to the scourge of gun crime which has been experienced throughout the Eastern Caribbean. We intend to continue our work with you, with your permission, and we hope to continue our relationship with you. We want to carry on with our endeavours with the hope of making this a centre of excellence in the Eastern Caribbean for the examination of firearms and tool marks examination.
Mastaglio said there are plans for a return trip to the Federation next year to assist the police force with the establishment of standard operating procedures and competency testing. Minister responsible for international trade and commerce, the Honorable Lindsay Grant, has announced plans to conduct a complete audit of the industrial estates in St. Kitts. He said this became necessary as some new businesses look to set up operations in the Federation. Addressing employees in the manufacturing sector at a recent forum, Minister Grant explained the objectives of the audit.
I am aware that some of you would like to expand your operations. However, you are hindered by the lack of space for your expansion. We have also been approached by companies outside of St. Kitts to set up operations here. And my ministry, in collaboration with the St. Kitts and Nevis Development Bank, is in the process of conducting an audit of the industrial estates in St. Kitts. The information generated will be used to inter alia determine what lands and factory spaces are available, the conditions of the factories and the infrastructure as well.
Minister responsible for international trade and commerce, the Honorable Lindsay Grant. Regionally, in Trinidad, more than 1 million voters are eligible to cast their ballots as polling stations opened at 6 o'clock this morning. More in this report.
The two main contenders for the government of Trinidad and Tobago have been making last-minute appeals to the electorate. But the latest opinion poll published on Sunday shows it is still a close race between the Coalition People's Partnership and the main opposition People's National Movement, the PNM. Both parties held rallies a few miles from each other along the east-west corridor on Saturday, hoping to get undecided voters into their camps ahead of Monday's general elections. Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar urged supporters to return her administration to office.
We are on the home stretch. We have less than 48 hours to go before we cast our votes to make one of the most important decisions in our lives. How you vote on Monday will decide your future, your progress, and that of our nation and our beloved children.
But the PNM leader, Dr. Keith Rowley, was equally forceful in urging supporters to go out and vote the party into government.
It's not enough just to come to the rally. It's not enough just to wear your jersey. they also have to be a soldier in the Red Army and bring out the vote on Monday. Bring out the vote. Bring out your friends. Bring out your family. Bring out your neighbors. Bring out all the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Tell them, let's go. Let's go do this together. Let's go save Trinidad and Tobago.
But while both leaders were urging supporters to ensure victory, the Nigel Henry Solutions by Simulation pre-election tracking poll published in the Sunday Express newspaper said both parties were capable of winning 18 seats each and the remaining 5 to decide the outcome of the election. The Elections and Boundaries Commission says just over 1.9 million people are eligible to cast ballots on Monday.
The American Medical University in St. Lucia has been dogged by controversy after the arrest of the head of the university, Dr. Raj Babu. The dean of the school has come out in defense of the institution as questions have been raised about the school's legitimacy.
The dean of the American International Medical University has shrugged off concerns surrounding the accreditation of AMU. John St. Clair says the school is well listed and recognized by a number of reputable organizations. St. Clair made the disclosure in an online video.
It has come to our attention that few of our former employees who were fired from the university made several false allegations through media, and in follow-up to those allegations, there was investigation launched. The school was searched on August 17, 2015 by police officials. We would like to inform all of you out there that the school remains functional. We are proud to have strong accreditations and are glad to share our accreditation documents with all of you. The school is duly recognized by Educational Commission of Foreign Medical Graduates, ECMFG, Medical Council of Canada, MCC, Medical Council of India, MCI, and so on. Our school is approved and recognized by Ministry of Health, Government of St. Lucia.
St. Clair says it is imperative that persons and prospective students do their research themselves to verify the qualifications of the institution before jumping to conclusions.
International Medical University has produced successful doctors who are currently licensed and practicing in various countries like the United States and India. A lot of our students are currently going through clinical rotations in United States, United Kingdom, and India. Nursing students of MU have acquired 100% results in the regional licensing examinations and currently are working in St. Lucia and other countries.
In light of the recent controversy surrounding the school, some students have expressed concern about their job prospects.
Amongst the students in training, and those especially to be graduated soon, they are expressing a deep concern that the negative impression or the negative news being released about the medical university is going to affect their positions later in getting a job. So it's almost like saying when they go to the interviewer and the interviewer sees on their resume that, oh, you're on their diploma that you graduated from AMU, there will be a negative stigma associated with the name AMU because of the negative news press.
According to a promotional video on the institution, the American Medical University is recognized and listed by the Medical Council of Canada, India, and by the government of St. Lucia.
Internationally, a Las Vegas police officer has been wounded after a gunman staged an ambush-style attack on his patrol car. It is the latest in a series of shootings involving police officers in recent weeks. More in this Associated Press report.
Las Vegas police say a man ambushed 2 police officers on Sunday, shooting one in the hand. They say the suspect opened fire on the officers while they were in their patrol car.
Our officers were on Nellis Boulevard, stopped at a red light, waiting to turn westbound onto Tropicana when they were attacked by an armed assailant on foot. This assailant was carrying a semi-automatic handgun and fired multiple rounds at our officers as they were sitting in their vehicle.
One officer was hit in the hand. The other policeman pursued the suspect and caught him.
The suspect and the firearm were both recovered. Our officers did all this without firing a shot. Tells you a lot about how it is that these officers are going out there, they're being attacked while they're sitting in a police car, and we didn't fire a shot back at them. Some remarkable restraint shown by my police.
The suspect was placed under arrest and is in custody. Charges against him are pending. The wounded officer was taken to a hospital for treatment. Sandy Kozel, The Associated Press.
The Syrian regime has been accused of bombing civilians in a domestic suburb, killing approximately 10 people. More in this report.
At least 10 people have been reported killed and an unknown number injured in shelling and airstrikes carried out by Syrian government forces on the Damascus suburb of Sakbar. Unverified images published on social media are said to show the aftermath. The city of Douma has also been bombarded with reports of at least 5 deaths, including 2 children. The UK-based Syrian Observatory for Human Rights has confirmed warplane activity in the area. Elsewhere in Syria, and a local ceasefire near the Lebanese border and in 2 villages to the north has broken down. The truce had been enforced since Thursday. It's also been reported that ISIL militants have destroyed part of the Temple of Bel in Syria's ancient city of Palmyra. It's the second Roman-era structure this month to be blown up by ISIL. The group has already detonated explosives in the ancient Baal Sheman temple, an act that cultural agency UNESCO has called a war crime.
Taking a look at the weather. Skies today will be sunny to partly sunny. We can also expect a low chance of showers. Tonight will be mostly fair with a little shower activity. A tropical wave near Hispaniola will continue to generate cloudiness with showers and thunderstorms to Haiti and the Dominican Republic today and tonight. A second tropical wave will trigger similar weather conditions to the southern Windward Islands, Barbados and Trinidad and Tobago. Skies will be sunny to partly sunny today and mostly fair tonight. That brings us to the end of the ZIZ Mid newscast. Join us this evening for these stories and more in detail. Thank you for joining us. I'm Carla Barrett.